Who does not love CSS? Except for the people who don't. I'm Ahsan, a software architect and a Google developers expert, and in this video, you're gonna see me attempting the CSS battle. Insane. We're gonna go through 4 challenging tasks and you're gonna see me completing all those, and then you can judge me and share in the comments what you think about me. Let's begin, everyone, and wish me all the best. So let's sign up. That's fine. 313 players are online. Alrighty then, let's see. We need to make it similar to how we have it here. So we need some sort of triangle, and also, so we have 2 divs. We're gonna have 2 divs, just 2 divs. Let's give this a class of circle. Let's give this a class of triangle. Now this div essentially has this color. So we are going to give this class, let's say we do circle. We're gonna give this background color of this color, okay? And then we also have this, and then we have this portion as well, which is something like this. This is super interesting. How are we going to get that? Anyways, we also have the background overall, so we are going to have some sort of background. So we are going to give the body itself, we're gonna give this a background color of this color. I believe it's gonna be this. All right, now this circle essentially needs to be here in the middle. I'm assuming it's going to be something like, we could go with a position absolute, and we can see and kind of bring it in the middle somewhat. So let's say we have a position absolute, and we got width. I think the width is about 200 pixel, probably. Yes, height is also going to be 200 pixel. We're gonna have top of 0, left is gonna be 0, right it's gonna be 0, and bottom is gonna be 0 as well. Am I missing anything? I'm missing margin auto. So margin auto seems okay. The height and the width looks like it's 200, so I think we are good with at least the height and width. We're gonna give this a border radius of 100%, so it's circular. Now you see it's exactly circular. Now let's talk about the triangle. So the triangle that we have, and the triangle's width, it seems like it's more than 200, so it's maybe 250. Maybe give this a width of 250 pixel. Its height seems to be 150 pixel, but I'm just guessing right now. The color is going to be this one. I'm gonna do this. With the position, I actually do want to have all of this essentially, so maybe I'm going to copy this and place it at one place to not repeat myself. So position absolute blah blah blah, everything is gonna be this. But for triangle, we're gonna have bottom 0, and this triangle is supposed to be having bottom 0, and top should be essentially unset. So we got this right. Then we also should have margin 0 auto, so it got centered. Now let's see. So it's a bit more than what we have there. So it's a bit more, so it's not 250, it's maybe 280, because see it's probably 280. It's probably 280. But then what we need to do is we need to have the same width and same height per se. So if I was to give this height of 280 pixels as well, then that would be a problem. But then I can rotate this to, let's say, 45 degrees. So I could do transform. We're gonna give this translate, or actually rotate 45 degree like this, and then translate. Yeah, I maybe first bring it below to translate y, and this y is gonna be something like 10 pixels, or we could do something like 50%. So it's halfway down now, so it's really close now, you can see. Then we do rotate 45 degree. It's close, it's not so close, so we're gonna have to do a bit more than that. So it's gonna be 25%. No, it's gonna be 75%. Sorry. All right, so it's pretty close now. Now you see it's getting closer, right? So if I do this, it's not exactly close, but it's closer. So if I had to make it pixel perfect, then I would have to give this pixel. You said clip path, 1 or 2 pixel. Yeah, it's exactly, I think it's exactly the same now. Should be blending these different shapes together. So if I move this triangle actually inside here, we should be good. So we can move this circle here. We could say something like overflow hidden, and then we wouldn't have to do all of this. So this has to go, and like bottom, and we could increase actually 150 pixel, 50 pixel, kind of move it down, giving color bottom 50 pixel. But then we would also have to give this either a minus bottom, let's say 50 pixel or something, and we can then somewhere 90 pixel 2, and then we would have something like, gotta give this z index 1 2. There we go. Right, so I'm gonna hit submit now. Yay, there we go. Try out this. Ooh, there we go. This is gonna be fun. Let's start. We're gonna start with body, background, color. It's gonna be this. Your trash Ahsan. Thank you, binary. How's it going? All right, so we got the background right. We have to have 2 more circles. Actually, 4 more circles, it looks like. So we're gonna have 4 different circles. We're gonna have something like class. If I have to see characters, then I would have to reduce the number of classes. Then I think I shouldn't even give these classes. Remove those comments. What? Let's see. The score is calculated, blah, 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 with the image. Yeah. So we got, I'm gonna add 4 divs first of all. So we got this circle, this circle, this circle. Yeah, no, it's 3. No, there's 4 circles essentially. So we're gonna create 4 circles. Let's create those circles. So the first one, which is, I'm gonna say, or the first nth child has, the first one is gonna have the color of this. So we're gonna give them color. Okay. It's this, it's gonna be this guy here. Yeah. Then we're gonna give this whole width and height. So we're gonna say something like width. We're gonna actually give this 400 pixel. We got height as well, 400 pixel. We're gonna be doing border radius of 50% or actually 100%. The thing is, this is gonna be for everything. So I'm gonna say div just border radius 100%. All right, every div has gotta have position absolute. We're gonna give them position margin auto, and let's give this. So we got this as well. It's 400 pixel. It's getting some sort of margin left. Why? So we got margin auto, position absolute. Yes, man, remove those comments also in tags. Do you mean these ones? Yeah, that sounds good. Good one. Good one. All right, so this looks okay to me. We've got to have, let's say, 80 pixels. We're gonna have something like 380 pixels height, 380 pixels. I have sure it is not 380, perhaps 390. We're gonna also have to give this guy bottom of 40 pixels close. Exactly. Yeah, it's 240. The width is a bit more than what I have. If you see here, or maybe it's all right. Let's style the second div, and or we could do like 2. So the first one is exactly the same. The second one is gonna have a lot of things from the first one, so I'm probably gonna give this second one as well, or do this beyond. If I do this, it's gonna be exactly the same. However, I do want to have the first child or the second child here to have just bottom unset and top should be, let's say, minus. So now we have this 2. We got the width and height. We got this red as well. Top is this, the bottom set. Background color should be blue, but we have a problem. We got this div, this div. Interesting. Have I mistaken it? 390 pixel, 390 background red, bottom. This should be okay unless we have the problem with this. We did if I this. Oops. Alrighty. This looks like we are actually quite there, but again, this side, no problem. The other side, that's a problem. So we're gonna give this same color. We're not gonna change the color. The color is this. We're gonna have to give color this. Okay. Then we're gonna have the third circle. We're gonna copy this. Go ahead. We're gonna say 3. And if there are 2 different circles overlap, what do you mean? When we check this, you mean, or something else? So at least the third one, I know that the bottom is going to be 0, top is going to be 0, the width and height is going to be changed. So the width is going to be probably somewhat around, height is going to be 100 pixels. Then we got background color. It's going to be the yellow one, and the margin is supposed to be auto. So we got the third div, which has this color, and I see it somewhat around here. Let's make it a red one. So then it's not 200, and it also has to have a left. Maybe we need the left 0 and right 0 as well. Let's actually make it here. Left 0. Oh, there we go. We're having a right 0. That fixed the issue. There we go. But now it also seems that the widths are not accurate. So it's, at least for these ones, it's probably 388, 388. Oh, I actually reduced that. 392. No, is it 5? Yeah, it's 390. The circle in the middle, it looks pretty okay to me as well. Yeah, I think it looks good too. So I'm gonna copy the color here. We're gonna give this color. So we are good with that, and we need one more circle. We're gonna make sure that we have that as well. So we have the first one, then the second one, the third one, and the fourth. The first one, essentially, for this one we can add a border. So let's say we do border 20 pixels, and then this color solid or somewhat like this. 5 looks okay to me. It looks okay to me. So we can get rid of one guy from here. That's a relief. And we need to make the z index being changed as well. So here for the second one, we have the z index. Let's say we give this index of -1. This guy should have a z index of 2, and there we go. It looks pretty close to me, although I see there is a difference between these two. So if we do something like, okay, so that could move the second div and we have a shadow because it's exactly the same. That's a fair point. We can remove, let's say, I don't want to delete all of, maybe let's like this. Now we can like a box shadow, get this, see it here. So I think this one left, as far as I remember. Syntax, it's offset y and offset x. We can use 2 of those, and the colors we can keep. Let's this instead of teal, we're gonna use the same color here, and offset y and x, right? No, it's x and y, so it's gonna be 0, but it's minus of 200 pixel. For not 400, it's 380, maybe, sort of, maybe not entirely. And one of the reasons that I'm seeing this is that we have a discrepancy in the width width and height is probably not same. You see, the left is exactly right, but the height, that's what's not being corrected. We had a height of 400 pixel, then we cannot have this situation where we have the bottom minus 240. It's gonna be then, let's say 5, oh no, 550. So we are quite close, to be honest, although towards the end it doesn't make sense a lot. Let's see, go with, yeah, we are close, super close. It's close, you see, but now the only thing is the box shadow, 394 pixel. Probably radius is not 50%. Could be the case, 396, 398. We have a slight difference. I don't know why. So if we go forward, then that doesn't make sense. It's going to be 398 pixels, that's for sure. But now we have a problem. How do you make sure that this comes above this one and below this? Now that's a problem, right? Interesting. So if I remove this, place it with this, all right, then that means we are not even talking about these divs. All right, then you're saying that we go with one box shadow here, then we go with the second box shadow, and each of those box shadows would stack on top of each other. Would that be the case? Once you have the left and right, and let's say you got red here, then you're gonna be giving, let's say 40 pixels. If we expand that during the second parameter, this, so we're gonna have to go step by step. First, we're gonna have to build this one, then the yellow one, and then the final one, right? So let's first build this one. Before that, let's make sure we got this one right. Yeah, I think we have that. So let's pick this first and let's make it smaller. So it's gonna be something like 100 pixels, minus 100 pixel, maybe not. If we do a minus 290 pixels or 390 pixels, 190, 200 pixels. Now we gotta build the yellow one. So we're gonna pick this yellow one. So it's gonna be again minus 200, but also then minus some sort of like 80 pixel or maybe 70 pixel. I think it was 30 pixel, right? So if we do this, so this guy now has to be yellow, this and this, but let's keep it red for now. Finally, we have to go with the last one, and then finally we got this one. We're gonna do the same thing, not gonna reduce anything per se. We're going to like, hey, take this one, make it blue for now, please, and can give this 0 minus 390 pixel. I think that's what we were going for, 90 pixel. We're not reducing the two, and that's fine. And I think we just need to give this color, and this guy should be this. Fancy! Wow, gotta be 395. No, 400. Ooh, look at that, super cool. Gonna have to remove all this junk here. So it's 381 characters, right? And if we do this, let's see how much score we got. Yeah, definitely. It's a 99.8% match. Woohoo! Let's go. If you want to remove this, and if I submit this, 595.44, it's a 0.5 increment right now. Could remove everything to make it look dirty, to be honest, better readability, to be honest. But yeah, let's see. And even this, I should also minify and then share that. 595.59. Maybe I would get to the leaderboard. The thing is that if you use a p tag has by default margin. So if I use a margin, so first of all, every style is gonna broke. So let's see if I do this. P usually has a margin. In a lot of cases, that becomes a problem. Right now, it seems like it's fine. So we don't have any worries. But when there are multiple elements in if you use p tag, then it depends on browser to browser, but it seems like adds a lot of margin in some cases. Awesome. So we got good scores here, 596.69, 595. So this one is probably not open yet, right? Could be the case. How about this one? So I can pick these ones, but not that. All right, that's fine. All right, so we got ODOO, which is this. And what exactly is this? So is this interesting? We're gonna have to make this with CSS. So if I applied the same thing with box shadow, that's going to be exactly the same thing. So let's create this with the background color this, and then we're going to create this with minimal height per se. Let's see, I don't believe they're centered, so I'm like position absolute. We're going to give this a top of like 20, maybe one close. Yeah, let's go with a left of 30 pixels. No, it's gonna be 40. The width and height are not correct. It's probably 75.5. No, we're gonna move it a bit. 4. Yeah, I think it's correct now, but we need it to be a bit smaller as well. So we're gonna make it, let's say 50 pixel, and we're gonna move it to the exact element. So let's move it into 50, 60, move it a bit from top as well, 130. No, now we're gonna make it smaller. We're gonna have to make it 40 and 40. Quite there, not quite there yet. 4, no, 2. I think we have a bit bit wider width. Let's see, the width is a bit more, 38 and 38 per se. Is there a difference? I can feel there is a difference. It's from the left side, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I'm being paranoid. No, there's a difference between the width and height. Probably 39. We gotta go to 58. Yeah, now I think it looks good. No, it doesn't. There is slight difference. On the right side, it looks good. Yeah, I think it's probably good. Yeah, let's create the border. It's gonna be border 1 pixel or 10 or 20 pixels solid, and then we are gonna pick this color here. So let's go see, and now I have to move everything else, but at least we know that the center is okay. So let's say we got 50 pixels on the left, actually 120 pixel from the top, 4 pixel from the top. No, 20 was the issue with. That's we got left 40 pixel. There's a slight difference, so it's gonna be 122. Yeah, it looks good to me. All right, let's talk about. There's a difference. There is a difference. Should be a difference. There's a very subtle difference. It looks almost the same. Maybe we would have to have 4 different divs. I was thinking about how we can reduce the number of characters. So let's say we got a div, we got one, probably gonna have to move this, maybe do a left off, and then we would have to change the border color. For this one, should this actually, oh no, back. And this guy should essentially have the border color. We could give the div first child border color. Is that okay? Should work, right? Or is it border? So we got the first child, and then we have 2 more. We're gonna have to look at them as well. But this is the first, this is the second, third, and fourth. So if we moved third, fourth here, we got that. But then this is gonna be 240. Oh, it's not gonna add 120. It's gonna add, so it's adding 80 to it. So it's gonna be 200. Say. Then we also have to add 80 on top of this, and this is gonna be 280. So this looks okay to me. This one also looks okay to this one. However, this one is not okay. So the last one is a bit more, say, actually a lot. The first is good. The first one is the second one. However, it starts a bit early, so we don't want to do that. Here, it's not going to be 120 per se. So it was 38, and then we added 82. So that has to be 202 pixels, and this one has to be 284 pixels. Oh, the first one is not okay. In this case, the first one, okay. No, it's not okay. So the first one is 38. That also okay. It should be 40 then. See, so the first one is way off. Why is that? Is now that I zoom it, it looks like it's so different. All right, so the original one is quite behind 45. What am I? First one is, oh, I'm doing it reverse. So this is what we have, this is what they have. So the black one is, we also don't have the color. We gotta give this background body background red for now, or let's keep it. So now this one is what we have. The original one has to be a bit before, about 35.58, but then when I go a bit close, it now bit late. This is my implementation. There should be somewhat around 37, and the circle itself is also okay. Then we start this, and it looks completely fine. Then we start this looks okay. This one is a bit early and the original one has a gap, so we need that gap, not there yet. So in this case, it's gonna be 286 maybe, or ours has more gap. We need to do 282. If we have 284, in that case, it's quite close than what we want. And if we see the difference, this is the difference. It's super close. It looks like it's just 1 pixel or 2 pixel more or less, right? If we go with 38 and 38, that creates more size. So it's gotta be 40 and 40. It's gotta be 117. No, I'm thinking if we reduce this to 121, it becomes more. 2, 3, 4. It's a lot more than before. If we go 118 or 7, 6, it's more as well. 119, no problem. So we got 37, and so let's 119 minus 37. There's a difference of 80 pixels. So we gotta add 119 plus 80, and we get 199. We're gonna give this 199 pixel, which doesn't seem to solve the problem, because hey, who likes calculations, right? So it's gonna be 200 then. Let's see. No, 201. So it adds here, it added a different number. Then yeah, so it added 82 here, and if I add 82 to this, then it should be 223 actually. There we go. So it's 82 which we are adding. Yeah, it was 82 as well, my bad. 37 plus 80, then this 82. All right, so we got a lot of things covered actually. And finally, this is the one, just this oval shape that we want. So let's see. So let's create the final one. We're going to create a span of this. In this one, we're going to give this a width of, let's say, 20 pixels, a height of 50 pixels. We're going to give this a background of this color, this background. And also, let's see. So we're going to give the position, or actually, let's see. We could do the same thing actually, but and then we can have, let's say, top go with 100 pixels, so it's 180 pixels. If we go with 178, let's 9. I just said 180, then why didn't it go? That's weird. If I go with 179, it's fine. We got to give this a border top radius 50 pixel. It's gonna be border top right and border top left, but if I do this, I'm gonna go with border radius, and we are also gonna have to move it a bit down. 110, no, 100 do we have here? It's 102 pixels here. Come on. Oh, what? Okay, you gotta be kidding me. Look at this. You see this little bump here? That's what we gotta fix. 70 pixels. Boom, there we go. Now the thing is, it looks exactly like what we want. So all right, let's go with this. I think 100% match. Come on. It was 609.95 score. Boom, there we go. 603. Thank you. Remove the closing tags. Yes, please. If I do so, it all starts breaking. You see, there's some issue. Maybe I need to do this. What am I doing? Sid, I don't know. Good, very good. All right. Okay, so I think we're pretty good here. I think this is probably the max that we could do. Did I miss something? Because it just gave me a bit more score than what if I did this, then we have that issue. Yeah, there we go. I also see a lot of spaces within here, like here. The minify didn't actually remove those characters. So do I need to remove all those as well? Maybe. F37, first child, blah, blah, blah. I can actually do that using the minify. I think it has something like preserve spaces or something. I don't know. Let's see. Input CS. I need to minify that. This seems like what I want. But does it have everything? It's gotta be background. It's starting from the background. What? No, it starts from the body. I missed the body. Boom, boom. No spaces. Yeah. So I think here maybe we are good. We're good. Yeah, let's go. We gotta have one element. We gotta have a lot of box shadows. We gotta have then this. So let's do that. Let's create one div. Let's create two divs. No, let's create one div and then style it. So we're gonna have this guy here. Let's say it's about 30 pixel. Let's go. Let's check this out. Another way of doing the center, it was, I think, top, cannot recall what, but yeah, let's 0, left 0, right 0, bottom 0, top 0, margin auto. The only reason I'm not doing that right now is that they do have, we could do display grid place item center, but then we would have to have a container, right? Or we would have to apply this to the body. Do something like body, then that probably makes sense, but I'm not sure. This would be something like display grid, and then we have place item. We could do that. This div, however, has to get a transform of 28, 45 degrees. All right, let's see where we are with this. It looks super close. Body has got to have the background. This, we could again try something like display flags, align under center, the center, but let's go with grid because it's exactly the same. So display grid, items, center, have to do that. This, maybe increase the size. I don't know. If I increase the size, it's going to be more, and I don't think the size is accurate. The positioning, however, is not accurate. It's a bit, if I do something like a position relative, right? If I do position relative, and if I do something like right 2 pixels, something like this, see, there's no difference. So the size is not the problem. 31 pixel, we could try that. Now it's a big difference. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. So we got this. We got to have the box shadow. So let's first try to talk about the box shadow. That is going to be the yellow one. And then we have the box shadow behind that, right? So we had multiple box shadows. We copy paste it without any guilt, so to say. So we got the green one first, and then the red one, red and green. So first one is going to be the yellow one. First one is going to be the yellow one, but enhance it a bit. We're gonna say this is going to be 0, but this is going to be 200 pixels, 100 pixels, right? Not probably 100. It's also going to be 0. It's going to be something like 50 pixel. Here it's 50, but not exactly. So 30, it's not 30. It's probably 35. It seems like it's 35. So that's, then we got to have another one. This one has got to be this. We're going to make it blue. We're going to check the color and change it. And then we're going to make it something like 80 pixel, but it's not 80 pixel. I know it's going to be something, some sort of 60 pixel, maybe 65. Yeah, 65. There we go. So we got this now, and I think now all we need to do is, I think what we should be doing, first of all, I'm going to color exactly what we have here. It's going to be this. No, this. There we go. So the final thing that we have is, why do we have a different color there? Oh, this should this. Yeah, now we are. So the final thing is that, can we do a before and after? Would that be fun? What do you think? We got this with box shadow, but can we do a before and after instead of creating a new element? We could also do a box shadow, you know. We could also do a box shadow. Let's do box shadow. With before and after, we would have to go with something else. So let's not do that. Here, I'm gonna pick this guy, or actually make this red as well. Okay, we're gonna change this to be 45. It's not gonna take 45 pixel because it's gonna be 85 pixel. This guy actually has to be before the other one, so it's gotta be before this. Okay, let me tell you why. The width and height of this is 30 pixels, so I'm gonna take 30 pixels. Okay, this box shadow, it's gonna be at 30 pixels. Okay, and 30 pixels. Okay, this is now gonna be not 30 pixel, but maybe -1. All right, this one is going to be a -1 as well. Okay, it's going to be 35, actually 35. Okay, now we don't need to expand it. It's going to be 0, but then it has to be, instead of 35, it has to be 65. I think 65 pixels. There we go. 65 pixels. There we go. Now we need to move it. Now it's like a game. You move it around. So it's going to be positive 65, but we don't want positive 65. We need something in the middle. So it's going to be 35 or maybe even 15. If we do a 0, that's exactly where this needs to be. Look at that. Come on. Cool. So this needs to be there, and then here the next one, it's going to be also the same thing. So I'm going to actually cut this one, move this here. We're going to change the directions now. It's going to be -65, 0 here. There we go. And now we got all of, so we're going to have to use the new color, which is not red, should be yellow. This guy, no, not this. Yay, let's go. So if we check out the difference, I can see one little line, tiny little line here towards the right side, like here. So if we check the difference, we do have some difference. Gotta admit that. We have to admit that there is subtle difference. So maybe we can submit this and check how close we are, and then we can submit it again. So let's do it by copying this. We're gonna go ahead and do here, minify this, and then go back this and this. Let's try this out. Ooh, let's go. So we got 99.9%. It's just one tiny percent that's missing now. So I'm gonna try to fix that first, and then we are going to see what's wrong with that. So the div is definitely 30 pixel. I think this right 2 pixel is what, if I do this, lot of difference. Is it because of the size? So it's a complete difference of the position. You see, the thing is, I don't know why do we have that difference, but it is there, and it's in completely everything that we have, and it's all related to size somehow. So if we do 32 kind of fixes some of the issues. No, if we could do this, it solves some of the issues, but not exactly all of them. And there's now a lot of difference. See, the height is, if I do this 232, it's a lot. It's definitely 30 that but or was it 30? Yeah, but still there's a lot of place. If I do this negative left pixel or -2 pixels, it doesn't. So this is what we got. If we go any further, that's gonna create more mess for us, right? Or maybe when we do 29, then we would have changed everything else. So it would be 29 pixels, then this guy has to a bit more or less as well. This, and we would have to change everything. 36, 65, 6 per se. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of problem. Nope, it's gonna be 30 pixels left. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this, minify this, bring it back, paste this, also get rid of this guy. Are we missing anything? No, I think we're good. We have not actually removed this at all. So now if we submit, yay, let's go. So at least we have a better score. So we can submit this. We can be sure that nothing else breaks. With 99% match, I think we're good. Awesome. Thank you so much everyone for joining. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, press the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not. You can also join me on my Twitch streams. I stream every Wednesday and Saturday, but I also kind of do some mini streams as well. So you can always join those. And also don't forget to join our Discord community, where there are a lot of people who help you out with programming questions, sharing memes and whatnot. And also let me know in the comments if I should attempt any other CSS battles or challenges. And as always, happy coding. I'm gonna see you in the next video.